Hi everyone, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about the decorator design pattern and mainly the implementation part of the decorator design pattern. Hope you have already gone through the video of the introduction section of the decorator design pattern where we have discussed about what is decorator design pattern and in what use case we can use it and how to use it. So in this session, we will be doing the implementation of the decorator design pattern, and we'll be going through the code. We'll do a walkthrough of the code. We'll try to understand the code, and we'll run it and see how it is working. Right. So before we start talking about the implementation, let's talk about what actually we are going to implement as a part of the decorator design pattern. Right. So this is the same diagram. This is the same use case that I have already discussed in my last session, where we have discussed about the introduction to the design pattern of the first session of the decorator design pattern. Right. So if you have not gone through my first video, I recommend and I suggest all of you to go through the first session of the decorator design pattern first, and then come to here so that you understand this design pattern fully and you are left with no doubts at all, right? So now let's start. So what we are trying to do here is we are going to have one iCar class, and then we will have one concrete class to it. That is nothing but the basic model with two methods: get model and get description. And then what we'll do is we are going to have these three decorators. Okay, it means it is something like first implementation is something like I have an iCar and this basic class, and then we can create an object of the Maruti basic class, Maruti basic model class, and then we can use get model and get description. Then we can then we will add this classic decorator or the classic class, right? And this is an abstract class that I have created in our demonstration. So this is an abstract class where I have get model and get description, which is coming from iCar. No, this is getting, we have inherited this abstract class from this interface iCar. And then we are going to add one more new feature that is called classic feature. And we are also changing the way how get description is working. So as we have already discussed, right, in decorator design pattern, right, decorator design pattern can be used in two main scenarios. One, we wanted to change the behavior of an existing object. Second, we wanted to add some additional behavior to an existing object, right? So here in this demo, we'll be using both the things. So I'm adding the new feature that is called classic feature into the same object or same kind of object, and then we are changing the way how one of the method get description is work. Okay, so we'll change the implementation. So this is a new method, and this is something that we have updated, right? And then this we'll use just like that. And this is a kind of new behavior add-on. So I know we'll just go through the implementation also. And then under this decorator, I will have only one class for now, and that will be Maruti Classic. If I do all these things, it's going to make the code complex, but it's not going to add any value as long as we wanted to understand the decorator design pattern. But yes, if you wanted to understand, if you wanted to learn, you can go ahead and implement these classes, and then you can try to learn and try to understand it, right? So it will be a good practice session for you, right? When you are going to this video, and if you wanted to really learn it and really keep it inside for some kind of longer time, within yourself, then better I would suggest to actually implement these things also, whatever is given in this diagram, so that you can understand it in a better way, right? And then what I have done is yeah, that's all that I have done. So I have this class, then I have this, and then I have these three, and then these three classes, these three decorators, and then I've implemented Maruti Classic, then Maruti Gold, and Maruti Diamond. So these are the things that's been implemented, and we'll now walk through the code and we'll run it, right? So let's start Visual Studio. Okay, let's remove all these lines. Okay, and let me make it a bit down. Okay, this is my program. So before we go to the program, right, where I am actually running the application, let's just see and understand the project structure. So for the sake of simplicity and so that we understand it in a better way, I have kept the folder name same as what I have talked about in my UML diagram and the use case. But in actual scenario, we will not have this kind of project structure. It is the project structure will be same as whatever is, whatever you are using in your project. So you cannot just write just like that, add component and component director and component decorator and all those names of you cannot create that kind of folder in your actual project, right? So that project name or the folder name or whatever that you wanted to keep, that has to follow your project structure, right? So anyway, here I have done this component, and component has this iCar class. So let's see this iCar class, right? So if you see this iCar class, it has just got the definition, definition, or declaration of this get model and description. This is what we have discussed in our session, that iCar, this is my main component where I'm going to have these two methods, get model and get description. And then under that, what I have is, let's look into this one more time. So this is my component, and then I have this concrete component, right? Concrete component, I have only one, that is Maruti basic, that is basic model, and here I have implemented. So here I have said get description, and this I say this is the description of Maruti basic model. I have just put a message there, and then for this get model method, I have said this is the Maruti basic model, right? So this is what I have written, or this is my implementation for the get description and the get model of Maruti basic model, right? Now, and then let's talk about our program. So we'll just talk about till Maruti basic for now. Okay, let's talk about our program. So let's go through this. So I say iCar Maruti basic, new Maruti basic, right? And then I say console dot write line Maruti basic dot get model and Maruti basic dot get description. It's very simple. I have a class of Maruti basic coming from iCar, and then I've just implemented these two, and I'm just calling them, and I'll just run it, and I'll just see what is the output. Okay, so we'll just talk about the first line, right? Because we have talked about these lines, line number 6 to 10, right? So this is what it says. This is Maruti basic model. So one second. So first line is details of basic model Maruti. This is what I have typed here. Details of basic model of Maruti, and this is what is coming here. Details of basic model of Maruti. Then it says it calls Maruti basic dot get model. Then it says, yeah, this is the Maruti basic model. This is what we have printed. And then Maruti basic dot get description. Then it says this is the description of Maruti basic model. This is what we have typed, right? So it is working fine. So we have just done it small class, and it's working fine. We'll talk about the other thing when we'll do the walkthrough of the other section. Okay. So now, so we are done with this first section, right? So we understand this what it is, right? Now the requirement came up like that we wanted to add one more decorator to our iCard, and we wanted to add one more feature, and that is like classic. I wanted to add new model, classic model, right? And in this classic model, what we wanted to do is we wanted to add new feature called classic feature. Okay, this is the classic feature that has to be implemented by the concrete decorator, right? So this I have created a new decorator here, and this as an abstract class. As it is an abstract class, I have put the definition also. Okay, just for the sake of simplicity. So and again, this kind of this all definition of this methods, when you wanted to do, where you wanted to do, this all depends on your business logic. So there's nothing much about where you wanted to put or what you wanted to put, right? Or how big or small your method would be. Okay. So now what we are doing in this classic decorator is we have this iCar object, right? iCar type of object, and then we have the constructor where we are instantiating this car with the my car, right? So whatever I'll pass, I'll get this. Now get description, I say in my get description, I say car dot get description. Okay, so I'm calling car dot get description, and in my get model, I say car dot get model. Okay, and classic feature I have left for the concrete decorator to implement, right? And this I have implemented, right? Now let's go to our Maruti classic. This is the concrete class for the classic decorator class, right? So Maruti class. So Maruti Classic coming from Classics Decorator, right? So this is my constructor Maruti Classic, and I'm just calling my base, right? Which is nothing but my Classic. So whatever I am giving in car, it will go into underscore car variable. Right? Now, classic feature. Okay, and this is what I'm going to tell is this is a kind of uh, classic feature means this is a kind of bunch of my whatever I have in Maruti Basic plus my classic feature, right? So I have just sent a message saying that if I'm calling this classic feature, I'll get a message saying that Maruti basic feature plus Maruti classic feature. Okay, this is what I have written. So classic feature means it is a combination of Maruti basic feature plus Maruti classic features. Now get description, I'm changing the way or the behavior of the get description here. If you see here, I'm calling this base dot description. So in the get dot in base dot get description, if you remember, I have just called my Maruti base class description method, right? So whatever I have typed there, that plus I am saying this is the description of Maruti class. Okay, so this is the description of the Maruti Classic. So get description, if I call, I'll have two messages, one coming from my base Maruti class, right? This Maruti basic class, and then the other message that will get added next to it, right? Now the same thing, get model. Here I'm not calling base, but here I'm just saying I'm just overriding it, and I am completely adding the new feature. So I have three example here, right? This is also a new feature, but I am saying that somehow I'm trying to tell, okay, feature is my classic feature is nothing but it's a combination of basic feature plus my Maruti classic feature. Then here a kind of existing thing plus new feature, new added features, and here completely new definition of the get model, right? I say this is the Maruti classic model. Right? So now if I go to my model program, so what I have done is now I'm going to try to call is classic model of the Maruti, right? So let's say I say right line and I've just put some line and then I say details of classic model of Maruti. And then what I'm trying to do here is I'll say classic. Classic is my decorator, right? Classic is my decorator. Why I need this decorator? Because I have added new feature. If I use iCar, then I'll not be able to access my new feature, which is what is this? This is Maruti feature, right? Maruti feature or something like that. Classic feature, right? So if I use iCar here, Maruti Classic will still work because this is also a type of iCar. It's coming from there. But then if I use iCar, I'll not be able to use this classic feature. So what I am using is classic. This is a decorator. Under that, I have added new feature that is called as classic feature, right? So now I'll be able to access this new method also. So that is why this classic classes decorator. Then I said Maruti Classic, new Maruti Classic, and then I'm passing this Maruti Basic. Okay, so whatever is there in my Maruti Basic, I'm passing to Maruti Classic. Okay, so in this way, I'll be able to get everything, whatever I have in Maruti Basic, I'll be able to access all of those things, and then I can add the other things as well. Now, so I have Maruti Classic, I say Maruti Classics dot get model, Maruti Classics dot get description, get model and get description is coming from my base class, that is nothing but my Classics Decorator, and in Classics Decorator, I am getting everything from iCar, right? And I have implemented all those things in Maruti Basics, right? So I'm calling get model, get description, and classic feature, right? So these are the three methods. Now let's run this and then see till here, till line number 19, what happens, right? Now press F5. Now see. So first thing, this we have already discussed last time. So it says details of basic model of Maruti, no change to that. This is Maruti basic model. So this is my get model, right? And then this is get description. This is the description of Maruti basic model. So no change into that. Whatever the implementation I had done earlier for the Maruti basic, there is no change. And I don't have to even think about that because I have not made any changes to Maruti basics class at all, right? Whatever I have done is I have everything done in my classic decorator, that's a new component, and then I have done everything in my Maruti classic concrete decorator, which is also new. I have not touched my Maruti basic, I have not touched my iCar. So no need to even think about that if there is any kind of there is something that might break there, right? Now, in this Maruti Classic, what I'm saying is I'm calling, first of all, I have printed some message. It says details of classic model of Maruti. So it says details of classic model of Maruti. And then I say classic Maruti Classic to new Maruti Classic and passing Maruti Basic, right? So this is Maruti Basic object. Now, so I say Maruti Classics dot get model. What happens? So it says Maruti Classics dot. This is Maruti Classic model. So get model, if you remember, let me open this Maruti. What is this? Maruti Classic, right? Maruti Classic. So if you remember, get model is a complete new implementation, right? I have overridden. I just said this is Maruti Classic model. So this is what I see here, right? So now next thing is let's go to program. Now next thing is it says I'm calling get description, right? Now it says this is description of Maruti basic model, and then it says this is description of Maruti Classic, right? Now if you remember in Maruti Classic, right, under the get description, first I call base.get description. Base.get description means it is going to call Maruti basics dot get description. Maruti basic dot get description, what I have in Maruti basic dot get description, I have is this is the description of Maruti basic model. So the same thing is printed. This is the basic of Maruti basic model. And later on, I have printed this is the description of Maruti Classic, right? So some old behavior plus some added behavior, right? So change of behavior. This is new behavior, means a completely new changed behavior. This is kind of I can use the existing plus the new. So I have that variable. And then this is my new method, right? New behavior, which is this is Maruti basic feature plus Maruti Classic feature, right? So I hope you have understood this execution and what is happening here. Now let's talk about the next part of the execution, right? So now next thing is my gold class, right? So this is my gold decorator. This is also coming from iCar. This is the same kind of implementation. iCar is this iCar object. Then I'm implementing gold with iCar. Whenever I'm creating an object, constructor of the gold, I'm passing this car and I'm assigning this to underscore car. So my car private variable. Again, get description. If I am calling, I say car.get description. So whatever the object will be passed here, for that get description will be called. Then I am saying get model. Again, whatever the basic thing I am passing here, get model will be called. And then abstract gold feature. This is the new method. So now go to the where? Now go to the concrete decorator of the gold class or gold decorator, right? So now gold concrete decorator. So what I'm trying to tell here is Maruti gold, and I'm calling the constructor. I'm just saying no, get me the base class constructor, call that. So whatever I'll be passing here, that will go to the car, and based on that only all the base classes will be, base methods will be called, right? Now gold feature, I am saying here Maruti basic feature plus Maruti classic feature plus Maruti gold feature. This is the message I'm printing, right? So this is what I wanted in gold feature, that it should have all three, right? So this is my requirements and this is what I have written. Now get description, I am saying base.get description. So whatever the object I'll pass, for that get description will be called, and plus it will say this is the description of Maruti gold, right? Fine. Now get model, it's a new definition. It will say simply say this is my Maruti gold model, right? Now let's run the program again. Let's go through this program. So I have added new this Maruti gold now, right? And in Maruti gold, if you see, I have passed Maruti classic, right? If it means if I call base dot get model or base dot get description or base dot gold base dot anyway, I don't have gold feature for base, so I have get model and get description for base, right? In the iCar. So I say base dot get model, and I'll say get dot description. So get model anyway, if I say base also, but then I have overridden it and I have added a new feature, new definition at all. So that is not going to help anything, means that there will be no impact of that. But then I have get description, right? where I have said base get description plus this get description. So if I'm passing classic, so whatever I have in the classic plus new thing, right? Got it, right? So I'm passing this classic here. I'm not passing basic, I'm passing classic. So, and classic has, if you see classic, right? So classic will have everything for base also. It means here in this get description, I'll get whatever I have in basic get description, then classic get description, and then Maruti gold description, right? So now let's run this code and let's see what happens. Press F5. Now go to here. So again, there will be no change in first two section because we have not touched these two things again. We have added again new decorator for gold. This is my new decorator, like gold decorator, and then I have a concrete decorator for gold separately. That is Maruti gold concrete decorator here, right? So there will be no change in these two. So it will remain work as the same. This is Maruti basic class. This is the description of Maruti basic model. Same thing, whatever we have printed, and then here this is Maruti classic model, and then this is the description of Maruti basic model plus this is the description of Maruti classic. Now coming to the third one. So it says details of gold model of Maruti. This is what we have printed here. One second, we have printed here, right? Details of gold model of Maruti, right? So this is what is printed here. Now this is Maruti gold model. This is the new implementation for us. This is Maruti gold model. And this is the description of the Maruti basic model. I'm calling get description, right? If you remember, I have already explained to you. Right, it calls first of all, I passed Maruti basic, and then Maruti basic. In Maruti basic, I have passed Maruti. I have passed in get gold feature. Sorry, in get description of Maruti gold, I have passed Maruti classic, and in Maruti classic, I have passed Maruti basic. So it's going to have a chain, right? So now what I'm going to get is this is the description of Maruti basic model, then this is a description of Maruti classic, and then this is the description of Maruti gold, right? And then this feature I'm calling gold dot feature. So it will say that basic feature plus Maruti feature plus Maruti gold feature, right? So this is what right, this is how it is working, right? So hope it makes sense to you. Let's talk about the next implementation. We still have some more implementation. So now my next thing is next model, right? That is diamond. So I've created one more decorator, diamond. Then I have added one more concrete decorator, Maruti diamond, right? And if you see the definition here of my decorator, there is no change. It's the same thing. Only the thing that I have done here is I've changed the class name and I've changed the constructor name, right? Apart from that, get description is same, get model is same, and I have added a new feature called diamond feature. New feature for new decorator, or new decorator for the new feature, diamond feature, right? So now this is my Maruti diamond class. So what I have done here is in Maruti diamond, again I have called this constructor base constructor. There is no change in this. And in the diamond feature, I am saying Maruti basic feature plus Maruti classic feature plus Maruti gold feature plus Maruti diamond feature. This is a new implementation for the new feature, and I'm saying just give me all these 4 messages. That's it. Now get description again. I am calling base get description, right? And then I'm saying this is description of Maruti diamond, right? So whatever the object I'll pass in this car, right? Based on that, base will be called, and then I'll be getting whatever the message is printed for that. Plus, this is the description of Maruti diamond, right? And this is the get model. I am saying this is the Maruti diamond model. It's a new implementation, right? Now let's run this program, right? So if you see here, this is diamond, right? Diamond model of Maruti. Details of diamond model of Maruti. Again, what I'm passing here is Maruti gold. Okay, so this is something that you need to take care. So I'm passing now Maruti gold here, right? So get model will have no impact, because if you see even for Maruti diamond, get model I have just completely replaced everything. I have overridden it and completely replaced everything, and this is the new thing. This is Maruti diamond model, right? Now come to this description, get description. So I'm passing Maruti gold, right? So what I am telling in Maruti diamond is get me the base of get description. So if I'm passing gold, right? So it will be calling the get description of gold, right? And if you go to gold, right? Gold, this gold of Maruti, right? Get description. There also I'm saying base of get description in the disk, and right. And in when I have called get description, and if you see this Maruti, right? Maruti gold, and this Maruti, if you see this Maruti is the same Maruti. I have not initialized it again. This is the same Maruti, whatever is coming from there, right? So, and this Maruti has Maruti Classic, right? And then this Maruti Classic has this Maruti Classic, this one, right? I have not again I have not initialized Maruti Classic one more time. I'm using the same Maruti Classic. So if you see this Maruti Classic has Maruti Basic, right? And this is the Maruti Basic. So for this get description, it will work like a chain. So this get description of diamond will call the gold description. Gold of get description means get description of gold. And if you go to this gold, right, then it will call the get description of Maruti. And then if you go to Maruti Classic, then it will call the get description of Maruti Basic, right? Maruti Basic, right? So let's run this program and see how it works. Right. So let's see. So first three section 1, 2, and 3. It will work in the same way because there is no change. Okay, we have already talked about this. So let's see. Let's directly move to fourth one, which is details of diamond model of Maruti. So details of diamond model of Maruti. Details of diamond model of Maruti. This is what we have printed. Now, first we are calling get model. It's a complete new definition which says this is the Maruti diamond model. And then if you see, I'm calling get description. If you see here, it will say, if it's a longer one now, this is the description of Maruti Basic first. Then it says that this is the description of Maruti Classic. Then this is the description of Maruti Gold. And then this is the description of Maruti Diamond. So it's calling a kind, it's making a chain, right? It is able to make a chain also, right? And I'm able to make the, so a chain is a different thing. But what I'm trying to do here is we wanted to change the definition of an existing method. So we are able to do that. And also we have added this new feature for the Maruti Diamond, and it says Maruti Basic feature plus Maruti Classic plus Maruti Gold plus Diamond feature, right? So these are the 4 implementations that we did. Let's try, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So all these 4. So we can do a different kind of more implementation as here, as well here. If you see here, I have passed Maruti Gold. What if in Diamond, when I'm calling Diamond, right? What if I pass, let's see. What if I pass, okay, I'm one more here. Okay, so I'm calling this diamond one more time here. If you see here, right, I'm calling diamond one more time here. And this time I am passing Maruti Basic. Okay, it means get model, it will still say, if you see diamond, right, Maruti Diamond. So Maruti Diamond get model, it will still say this is Maruti Diamond. Okay. Then get description, and I'm passing Maruti Basic, right? So get description, if you see here, Maruti Diamond of get description, right? I say base of get description. And if I'm passing Maruti Basic, right, it means it will call Maruti Basic directly. Where is Maruti Basic? This one, right? So it will say whatever the message we have printed for Maruti Basic, and then whatever the description that we have for Maruti Diamond. It means in this case, as I have passed Maruti Basic, right? In this model, at this time, Maruti Diamond is going to have in the get description method, it is going to have some of the implementation from Basic and then directly from the Diamond. I'm going to bypass Classic, Gold, and Classic and Gold, right? I'm directly going, so Basic and Diamond, right? So this is one more combination that we can do, right? So some of the feature of whatever I have implemented in Basic, plus directly I wanted to add a new feature for Diamond, and I don't want to have this Gold and Classic, right? So we can do that also, right? And then I'm calling this Diamond feature. Diamond feature, I have not changed anything. So if you go to the implementation, it will still print everything, right? So it is just a hard-coded value. So don't get confused if I if you see, if it is still saying basic Maruti basic feature plus this and all, right? Because this is the hard coded value, but this is not the hard coded, and this is where you can actually see how we can change the different kind of descriptions. Means how we can have multiple kind of permutation and combination created, right, by using this decorator design part. Okay, now let's run this. So we have already seen this, right? So this is the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the fifth one, right? So we'll now focus on the fifth one. So let's run this. Okay, so where is the fifth one? So this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and this is the fifth, right? This is the fifth one. Now focus on this fifth one. So it says details of Maruti, details of diamond model of Maruti. This is what we have printed here. Then it says this is Maruti diamond model. This is what we have get model, right? No change. So it says this is Maruti diamond model. Then it says, if this is the main thing, get description. So we have passed here Maruti basic, right? So now I should have whatever the message I printed in Maruti basic, and then directly to the Maruti diamond, right? So this is the message. This is description of Maruti basic model, and then this is the description of Maruti diamond. Here we have bypassed the other two things here, whatever we could see, Maruti classic, Maruti gold, and everything, right? So this, we were able to create a different model also. So we could create a different model just by passing the object of Maruti basic, right? So we can have multiple permutation and combination if we are implementing the decorator design pattern. This we cannot achieve if we are doing our subclassing. And if you wanted to achieve by using the subclassing, then we need to create one more subclass, right, which will be implementing such kind of which will have the implementation of basic plus diamond, right? That combination. So this is another benefit of decorator design pattern, where we can reduce the number of classes, right? We can still have multiple permutation and combination, but it's less number of classes, which if we wanted to go with the subclasses, we will have more number of classes. Okay. So, and then and then a diamond feature, because this is a hard-coded value, you'll get all this, right? So hope you would have understood. Hope you have understood the decorator design pattern well, and it might have made sense to you. And as I request all the time, if these videos are helping you out, then let me also know. Add your comment, like the video, share this video with your friends and colleagues and batchmates or the classmates if you really think that it is helpful to you, and if you wanted to make sure that the others are also getting some benefit. So please share with everybody so that others can also get the benefit out of it. And I wanted to say thanks to all of you who is watching this video, and advance thanks to all of you for subscribing to my channel, so that you can get the notification as and when I add more videos related to design pattern. And also advance thanks to all of you for sharing all these videos to all of your friends and colleagues, so that they can also get benefit out of it. Thanks a lot for now, and have a great day. We'll again meet in some other video next time. Thank you.